Hey guys, it's KJ from the Scariest Movie Ever channel on YouTube. The movie Idiocracy was released in September of 2006. It was only released in 7 cities in North America. Aside from that, there were no screenings for critics, no publicity campaign, no interviews with Mike Judge, the creator, or even the stars. The studios obviously weren't interested in the public seeing this film at the time.
I'll say, I remember when this movie came out only because I was in charge of a squad at the time, and I was stationed in Hawaii. And I remember having one of my squad leaders he came back from lunch mad. And I'm like, what's wrong, man? He's like, man, I watched this stupid movie. Don't ever see Idiocracy. It's stupid. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. But I didn't know what he was talking about, but that was the first I had heard of it. And then shortly after, I wound up finally getting to see it myself. My wife and I, we loved it. And I'm telling you, ever since then, it's turning out to be prophecy, man. All right, let's get back to it.
But now, over 10 years later, the movie has taken on a real cult status. In part for its offbeat and edgy humor, but I believe in large part because some of the heavy truth that was found within this film. In the movie's version of the future, it's ruled by the lowest common denominator. As the years have passed, many critics have actually hailed this film as prophetic. Even the co-writer of the film at one point exclaiming in an interview that he never expected Idiocracy to become a documentary. The citizens of this horrific future relax in easy chairs with built-in toilets, while scooping out Crisco-like goo into their mouths. They're also walking billboards, disposable clothes crammed with corporate logos. And it's not just critics that think Idiocracy was prophetic. Many people who've actually seen the film feel the same way.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Especially nowadays. In many ways, we are the Idiocracy now. We're definitely living in a version of Idiocracy. And there's nothing funny about this version. What actually happens when you're, quote, dumbed down? People begin to act more on their primal instincts. People grow much colder. In this version of Idiocracy, we're seeing a massive rise in narcissism and a loss of empathy. And of course, in this beast system, there are many elements that are in place to keep us dumbed down or to dumb us down further. We're attacked by what we eat, by what we drink, even the pharmaceuticals that we take. And of course, we're also massively programmed and dumbed down by the entertainment industry. And no doubt the massive rise in technology over the last generation has played a large part in this dumbing down as well. With the dumbing down of humanity, we see the worst of humanity. So in this video, I want to show you some real-world examples of how we are the Idiocracy now.
Jae Young-han couldn't believe what he was watching happen in his Newhall liquor store. The wannabe Instagram star runs in and begins trashing the candy aisles, covering the floor with merchandise
just
and
for
almost
views,
destroying the shelves.
Never had anything like this.
Santa Clarita Sheriff's deputies say Valencia Liquor was one of 5 businesses hit by this Instagram prankster over the past week, who allegedly posts videos of his shenanigans, shot by accomplices for likes and even
strung up by your thumbs.
Followers. Here, he strips down to his underwear outside the 7-Eleven on Lyons before running inside and dumping a Slurpee over his head, causing chaos and making a mess.
What an idiot.
He also ran into the kitchen of this neighboring Popeyes, grabbed a handful of chicken and ran out, forcing the restaurant to throw out any remaining food that was now considered contaminated.
They're Raising Cane's, man. They got good chicken.
His crew also invaded Valencia lanes. His sidekicks rolled as the would-be Insta-star hurled himself down the bowling lane, emerging with a pin before heading for the door.
What's immediately striking from this surveillance video of a flash mob robbery of a convenience store near Las Vegas is how casual and carefree the thieves appear to be, as if breaking the law as part of a crowd.
Let me just go in there and just take what we want.
Check out this kid in the hat smirking as he waits for his friends to leave so he can get in. Or the young woman in the white hoodie calmly loading up on booze.
As you saw in their faces, they thought it was pretty funny, you know. But we sure don't.
You see a shockingly similar attitude in the body language of these 20-odd thieves swarming a clothing store in Washington, D.C. They took their time, apparently looking for items in their size. YouTube is loaded with these so-called flash rob videos from around the country. These things can easily turn violent as the mob mentality takes hold.
Flash
In this
robs.
robbery at a gas station in St. Paul, Minnesota, you can see one of the kids assaulting the clerk on his way out.
By the time that our officers got there, they were able to corral about 24 of them, but a number of other kids also did get away.
Police say the best things for clerks to do is simply stand back, just like the employee here in Las Vegas.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He tried to remain calm.
Reportedly, there was a recent spate of these flash robs in Chicago, including 4 in a 10-minute span. The good news here is since these robberies are often caught on surveillance cameras, it makes busting the thieves very, very easy.
I was going to say that because that's posed for the camera right there.
Yeah, they can't help themselves. They have to post about it. They have to film themselves.
A lot of these kids like being on camera.
It seems that way, Dan. Thanks.
Dang. Look at all these people. My goodness. Everybody just coming out of the woodwork. Oh, I gotta get mine. Guy had a tub full of stuff. Wow. What? Oh my goodness.
I got it all, bro.
Notification was broken up. Is this like bum fights? But with furries?
The days of having a class valedictorian are coming to an end in one of Ohio's largest public schools.
Anjanette Levy is here to tell us what is behind the change. Anjanette.
Well, Paula, Mason High School's principal says there are a couple of reasons for this. First, it's a way to address possible mental health concerns at the high school. And Mason High's principal says some students are actually taking extra college courses in an effort to juice their GPAs.
Judy Hugh is one smart cookie with the grade point average to prove it.
Second semester of sophomore year, it was a 4.38, and right now I think it's around like a 4.5.
Judy's not alone at Mason High School. School leaders say 40% of the students graduate with a 4.0 or higher, and the desire to overachieve can create a lot of stress.
There's definitely moments too when I was really stressed out. Like I remember last year, when I got one of my first B's, I was really stressed out about that.
Concerns about depression and anxiety led Mason High School to do away with a class valedictorian and salutatorian starting in 2020.
A quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Guys,
okay, this clip right here, this is a few years old, but my goodness, man. I would have, if I was that person at the podium, I would have had to just walk away. Here, you'll see what I'm talking about.
First of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus.
Name, chapter, pronoun.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Many of the social media videos are recorded and posted by minors.
Yeah, this was stupid, man.
They're putting poisonous laundry pods in their mouths for clicks and internet fame.
A lot of people were just saying how stupid I was or why would I be able to do that? No one should be putting anything like that in their mouths.
At least 10 deaths have been linked to ingesting the pods.
DePaul University, a Catholic school in Chicago, has banned pro-life posters that say unborn lives matter. In a public letter posted on the school's website, the university president referred to the posters as, quote, bigotry under the cover of free speech. A teacher at Norman North High School in Norman, Oklahoma, told students, quote, to be white
is to be racist.
Some students at Gettysburg College in Pennsylvania were urged to
No
watch
man's
a
land at
documentary about
Gettysburg.
toxic masculinity. The film argues that the 3 most destructive words a boy can hear while growing up are "be a man." James Goodman, a freshman at Gettysburg who watched the film, told the website College Fix that the screening, quote, was part of lessons warning students that the notion of masculinity comes with harmful side effects. A trailer for the documentary appears to link multiple mass shootings with masculinity.
New numbers are out tonight. They show that telephones may be to blame for a big spike in pedestrian accidents on the roadway. Emergency room visits blamed on phone use are now up 84%
oh my gosh, yeah.
since 2007, which is the same year Apple introduced the iPhone.
Not looking where they're going.
Fatalities have also risen almost 50% since 2009, while traffic deaths overall are up 11%. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley shows us tonight that distracted driving here is not the only problem.
There's no glancing over the shoulder. They're constantly looking at their phone.
Society is becoming more and more distracted by technology.
I mean, I've been walking city streets and people bump into me from behind because they're on their phones.
And
that's
the
ridiculous.
Have become a serious safety hazard for everyone.
They were starting to veer, right? No signal or anything.
Vanessa Elder is an avid cyclist who works at the campus bike shop in Buffalo. She recently had a close call when a car nearly drove into her.
And I kind of just slipped by, but I totally saw him checking his phone, kind of down here. And
groups like the AAA have been working to raise awareness of the dangers of distracted driving, especially in cars with infotainment systems. Even pro driving instructor Carrie Donnelly could not reprogram an in-dash navigator without taking her eyes off the road for close to 30 seconds.
They always assume that everything is going to get better with more technology, but that's not always the case.
Distracted driving is not the only problem. Distracted walkers are also creating a safety risk as they cross streets without paying attention.
Even myself, when I'm walking down the street, there are times that my husband will point out to me that I am completely distracted.
During lunch,
I'll tell you right now, with the car that I got, I just got one earlier this year, and it was Jeep Compass, and that thing has where you can't even fiddle with the sound with the music. You're trying to scroll what you want. For if you're doing it longer than 5 seconds, man, it shuts you out for 10 seconds at a time. It's crazy.
Time in downtown Buffalo, we found numerous people crossing while carrying on cell phone conversations, checking messages, and wearing earbuds and headphones. All things the National Safety Council is strongly advising against.
Walking is one of the healthiest ways to get around town.
The council now has a distracted walking website with an instructional video in hopes of reminding people of the importance of getting there safely.
Police say the incident happened in the produce section of this Walmart in West Mifflin. We're told the woman walked in, urinated on a stack of potatoes, then walked right out.
What?
And police need your help trying to find her.
Oh, and they didn't catch her?
Gross. It's gross. Why do it? She must be ill or something.
How shoppers like Ty Ridwan are reacting after hearing what allegedly happened inside this Walmart in the early morning hours Thursday. An employee witnessed the incident and called police right away. West Mifflin police released these surveillance images of the woman they believe committed the crime, seen walking in and out of the store. When customers heard the news, they couldn't believe it.
What's sick?
Good morning, Sean and Alex. So kids are putting condoms up their noses and pulling them out through their mouths.
A campaign is underway, supported by officials of the San Francisco Board of Education, to destroy or cover over a 13-panel mural depicting the life of George Washington, located at an area high school. The remarkable Russian immigrant artist Viktor Arnatov painted the murals during the Great Depression as a left-wing response to early American history. The work depicts Washington as both a Revolutionary War hero and a slaveholder. It points to the fact that America's westward expansion came at the expense of the Native American population. The campaign against the murals claims the work glorifies slavery, genocide, colonization, manifest destiny, white supremacy.
Dead body of an Indian at the ground there.
Another reason to cry. A new survey by the insurance company Aviva says that 74% of millennials think being called a snowflake damages their mental health, and 72% feel that the term unfairly applied to them or is used
Isn't that the whole point?
unfairly. So here now to weigh in is the Blaze host, Lawrence Jones. Always great to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So you have a thing or two to say about this?
Yeah, I think mental health is a serious issue. And so for people to feel that people calling them names essentially is a mental health crisis, I think is being disingenuous. And I think when you look at the grand scape of things, we're talking about a group of millennials, my generation, that have been told, hey, you can be whatever race you want to be. If you want to change your sex, you can change dangerous. Sex, if someone says something that offends you, it can be a crime. So when you look at what they've been taught, it's this delusional way of life.
Yeah.
And so this is nothing new, really.
Yeah,
It's
a continuation
really
of the whole microaggression thing that has developed.
Right, exactly. And the only way we can fight back against this type of stuff is parenting, as well as, the college campuses, because this is an ideology. I think people need to realize that this is just a part of what they're teaching on campuses. When you're offended, then it's somehow a crime.
Right.
I think this is creating a weak generation of young people. These are our next leaders. And if we don't start cracking down on this, we're going to destroy an entire generation.
Yeah, and that's what
I think we're already there, unfortunately. I think we're already there.
I was saying earlier. It kind of follows in that line of thinking where people just shut down the conversation. And like you're saying, if you're offended, it's a crime, but we're not going to talk about it.
Exactly. And this type of behavior is hard for me to understand. I grew up in poverty, and my parents, they were very strict.
Yeah.
They didn't play this nonsense. My dad would say a lot of things to hurt my feelings. My mom would say a lot of things, but it made me a stronger man today.
Yeah.
And I think what we're seeing with this generation is that when their feelings get hurt, then somehow people should be punished. And so this is just another strike on that narrative that if our feelings are hurt, then now it's a mental illness. And I think
life's hard, man. You got to learn to toughen it up. If you can't, man, then you can't survive.
What we're going to see now, since they're classifying it, that is hurting them psychologically, is that they feel like they can prosecute people for this going forward. They may have a legal case.
Right.
I just didn't believe it that it happened.
When 13-year-old Maya Lander's body went up in flames, she ran for help.
As I'm getting out the bed, she run past our bedroom on fire from her knees to her hair.
Her mother, Brandy Scholar, says she was in a panic as she extinguished the flames.
I was scared. I was terrified that I was about to lose my daughter. It was so much fire, I didn't know, and all she was doing was crying.
Doing
Maya
online
spent
challenge.
2 months bedbound in a hospital in a bodysuit of bandages. Nearly a year later, the teen is speaking out about the horrifying experience and what happened.
Oh my
Maya
gosh.
says she and a couple friends decided to mimic the fire challenge they saw on YouTube. It's a disturbing challenge when a person uses a flammable liquid to set themselves on fire, typically with water nearby. Maya says a friend tried it and accidentally set her on fire.
Don't do it because it's not worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just not worth it.
Next story, just sickening.
Wow.
A video has surfaced showing a teen urinating on a store shelf. This happened at a Walmart in Porter. Well, this video has been shared so many times it caught
What
the
is
attention
wrong
of
with these
police.
people?
And less than an hour ago, investigators say they have learned who that teenager is. They know his name, and we've learned he is 15 years old. Investigators
he's a little
confirmed
punk.
The entire stupid and criminal act also captured on store surveillance cameras.
Stupid is right. Josh Marshall has more details and looked deeper into a disturbing trend. People doing disgusting things in grocery stores. This trend, Josh, needs to stop.
Right, guys, just ridiculous. It all started back when people started licking ice cream inside the stores. Then it was
Yeah.
the mouthwash challenge, and now there's a teenager who has urinated inside of this Porter
Hell,
Walmart.
you had celebrities
Reactions
licking
to that video
donuts.
online ranged from people laughing all the way to others wondering who would do something like this. Our mental health expert weighed in. After the teens took this video, sheriff's deputies say Walmart staff stopped the teens trying to steal a case of beer. They were let go, but staff didn't know what had just happened inside.
What the hell,
statement, a
man?
Walmart spokesperson said the area was sanitized and called the teenagers' conduct outrageous and disappointing.
There's definitely a problem we have in society.
KHOU mental health expert Bill Prasad says whether these people are licking ice cream, spitting in mouthwash, or urinating, people online can't seem to look away.
The brain is wired to be attracted to unusual
Oh man, it's only
things,
getting
so at
worse.
times, we just can't look away.
Prasad says the same type of person committing these disgusting, illegal acts is usually trying to get famous online, no matter what the cost.
Sometimes there is a relentless search for notoriety, even if it means humiliating yourself.
Each video has swept across the country online. The shares, views, and reactions continue to feed the fire.
These people at times have low self-esteem. They believe that the measure of their character has less to do with who they are And
absolutely
everything to do with
disgusting,
how many likes
man.
and how many views they get.
Internet challenges are one of the quickest ways to become famous or to end up permanently disfigured or even dead. So many of these trends are extremely dangerous and can lead to bodily harm or self or someone else.
The Kiki Challenge had teens jumping out of a car to dance on the streets to one of Drake's songs.
Oh,
Hospitals
gosh, I
reported
remember
injuries
that
ranging
one.
From bumps and bruises to skull fractures and even brain bleeds. Also, the Fire Challenge had
Hit
teens
by a
looking
car.
at this, dousing themselves in flammable liquids, then lighting a match. At least 2 young people ended up with 2nd and 3rd degree burns all over their bodies. And of course, how can we forget about the Tide Pod Challenge, which ended with dozens of hospitalizations and thousands of 911 calls after teens purposefully ingested laundry detergent. Well, the Cinnamon Challenge, yeah, we've all heard about this one, led to 222 calls being made to the American Association of Poison Control. And finally, the most recent here, the Bird Box Challenge, which made international headlines after a handful of people crashed their cars while trying to drive blindfolded. Glenda?
It just makes you shake your head, Alan. And tonight, 7 Action News
What is
reporter
wrong with
Kimberly
you?
Craig gives us a closer look at the dangerous trend known as the Shell On Challenge and shows us what kids and parents need to know.
To kids, eating a sandwich through a plastic bag may seem like fun for the Shell On Challenge, but doctors are warning children and their parents. This teen
Shell
parent
On?
taking a bite out of a plastic bag with
Wait.
carrots in it and then
What the-
swallowing it. It's the latest potentially dangerous challenge young people are posting to social media, mostly Snapchat. It's called the Shell On Challenge, and it involves everything from taking a bite out of an unpeeled banana or lemon to eating food with the plastic wrapping or cardboard packaging still on it.
I don't know that a lot of teenagers think ahead to, oh, I'm going to
Uh,
wash this lemon before
I'm
do this
speechless,
challenge.
man.
And that's just a concern over pesticides that may be on the
Holy.
outside of an unpeeled fruit because it's not meant for people to eat it. But
more than 500,000 hashtags used
These
on
kids
Twitter
will
for people
do
participating.
anything for views or attention.
Celebrities like Ciara and Will Smith. But now a disturbing trend has emerged. Some participants of the social craze trying to one-up each other by doing the kiki while they jump out of moving cars. 18-year-old Anna Warden from Iowa tried to kiki out of a car but ended up being airlifted to the ICU.
We were over by the roundabout, and I thought it would be a fun idea to do the Kiki Challenge.
She fell, hit her head, and was rushed to the hospital unconscious. She was then treated for a skull fracture, blood clots, and bleeding in her brain.
I'm the one that got majorly hurt.
Jalen Norwood risked serious injury with this attempt.
Oh, man.
Tried to explain his thinking on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
The plan was he was supposed to come slow towards me, and I was going to jump on the hood and continue dancing.
Incidents like this are prompting warnings from law enforcement.
Oh, and then he went down like he was going to dive under it.
Caution drivers not to participate.
Now, the water you drink may have more in it than you bargained for. The Associated Press reports that there were traces of drugs, including prescription medicines, in the water supplies of 24 U.S. metropolitan areas. They include anticonvulsants, mood stabilizers, sex hormones, and prescription drugs and over-the-counter pain medications. In Philadelphia, in fact, the AP says tests showed the presence of 56 drugs, including the antibiotics amoxicillin and tetracycline.
In the water.
Caffeine and codeine were among 7 drugs found in northern New Jersey water, and in Washington, water contains, among other things, small amounts of the painkillers ibuprofen and naproxen.
Did you know
Whoa.
most states here in the U.S. no longer require public schools to teach kids cursive writing, calling it outdated? But no worries, Texas isn't part of that.
In today's fast-paced world, there's no denying typing and texting are a lot easier.
And they kind of want to get back in touch with, just putting pen to paper.
Not just that, but some studies say taking notes by hand even helps you retain info
I never thought that would be a thing, man.
Trying to send a message, put away your laptops and your phones. Because if you're looking for the perfect thing to say, just remember, a little personal touch goes a long way.
Some parents in our area say they are spending hours trying to find help for their kids with homework that neither of them understands.
Tonight, Fox News investigative reporter Renee Dials speaks with one mother and her 6th grade son who say they are struggling with common core standards.
Bob and Lenise, homework for this family used to
Common
take about
Core.
an hour a night, but now they sometimes spend several hours trying to figure out math problems using the Common Core standards, in addition to completing other homework assignments. Now, this parent is frustrated, and she believes the school system is hurting students in the way Common Core standards are being implemented in schools across the country.
15 plus 5 is 20. 12 divided by 2, since that is 2/3, equals 6. 6 plus 12
My
is
grandmother
18.
made me learn my times tables.
You could
It
easily
wasn't good
tell
enough to have
because
that cheat sheet. I had to
you
memorize
know
it.
that 12 is...
She was a 3rd grade school teacher.
Are you getting confused?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. Just move your hand and take a deep breath.
12 is smaller than 15. 2/3 is smaller than 75%. It's just worded differently, so.
11-year-old Rain Alston was always an honor roll student until the school system implemented Common Core standards 2 years ago. Now Rain is struggling to pass 6th grade math at Clark Magnet School.
When someone doesn't get it a certain way, they tell another student to go help them. Well, what if the student does it the teacher's way? That doesn't help, because they're doing it the same way that you don't understand it.
Lee Austin says the frustrating math has left her child in tears some nights.
The one night it took 5 hours to do
Double division, that's what got me.
The following night,
I decided I'd learned
we were
enough.
at a loss on his
I'll just use a
assignment.
calculator.
We've come up with a math example that Rain Austin might be asked to do. At the top of the screen are the ages in months of all of the students in a 6th grade class. At the bottom of the screen, this raw data is shown in a different way. Now, according to Common Core standards, the student should be able to look at this data and come up with possibly 5 different statistical variables, one of them being the median age or middle age of 139 months. We can see that more of the students are younger than the median than older. Like many other parents, Austin says the new math standards don't make sense.
Why incorporate all these extra steps and confuse the children when the way it's been done for decades was very easy to begin with?
Classic
Just to
novel
confuse
is on
them
the chopping
more.
block. The Biloxi, Mississippi School District removing To Kill a Mockingbird from a junior high reading list.
Why? Because administrators say the book's language makes some people feel
It offends
uncomfortable,
people.
and the same lesson can be taught with different books.
John, let's talk about what's going on. This Taco Bell on Zelda Road caught fire and collapsed early Wednesday morning. So some locals decided they wanted to do something in remembrance of their favorite fast food restaurant. And guess what they did? They literally held a candlelit vigil for Taco Bell. I cannot make this stuff up.
What?
Baja Blast. Baja Blast.
Oh my goodness. Idiocracy, people. It's here. No, I don't like that one. Let me try this one. Ew, I don't know who'd pay for that. Wow. Throws temper tantrum at free speech event. Hate speech. It's hate speech. Oh my goodness. Oh, the whole place is rocking.
This is supposed to clean up our lives. But it's becoming a dirty and dangerous little household secret.
I don't
and it's
use
sending teens to the hospital. Kids getting hammered off hand sanitizers. They're separating the alcohol through a distillation process and creating a potent punch that's like slamming a shot of the hardest liquor.
They're simply taking
What?
table salt, mixing it with the hand gels,
and subsequently then putting it in a filter. And the liquid that's produced is a very high content alcohol.
And just yesterday, an emergency press conference at LA's Children's Hospital was called after nearly a dozen area teenagers wound up in ERs with alcohol poisoning.
We have patients coming into the emergency department with these kinds of signs and symptoms.
It's like straight
slurred speech,
alcohol.
lack of balance, changes in their mental state.
If kids don't realize how concentrated it is and take a large quantity of it, take a few shots, certainly kids can die from this.
Welcome back, everyone.
Holy.
Smoking alcohol, it's an alarming new trend among teenagers, and it's gaining steam in the world of social media. As Jackie Kuchar reports, the instant high is attractive to young people, but it can also...
Folks, this is one of the benefits of not having a Facebook or Instagram account, because this garbage is all new to me, man. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this stuff is like trending in TikTok. I don't have TikTok. All right.
Be deadly.
First alcohol of choice, we're gonna smoke some bud.
This YouTube video has more than 2.7 million hits, probably because it's titled "Dude Gets Drunk Without Drinking 1 Drop of Alcohol."
Poke a hole through the cork and start pumping.
He demonstrates for the world how he smokes the alcohol.
Do not try this, folks.
This how-to is a little more sophisticated using dry ice.
And some solid carbon dioxide.
But it's the same idea, inhaling alcohol. It's like binge drinking in an instant.
Inhaling alcohol? Like...
Our thoughts, exactly.
People are always trying to find a new way to do something old.
This new trend, some of it driven by saving your body some calories, has doctors worried. Dr. Thomas Hirschline is the medical director for Dayton-Montgomery County Public Health. They haven't seen this trend take hold here as of yet.
It's scary because the amounts of alcohol that an individual could inhale and absorb can be
instantly absorbed into the
when
body,
you drink too much,
the bloodstream.
Your body protests, typically sending you here. It's your body's natural protective mechanism, but when you inhale it, there's no way of telling just how much you've absorbed.
It's very hard to drink enough alcohol to have what we call alcohol poisoning.
But Dr. Hirschline says if people inhale alcohol, they're well on their way to experiencing it.
All right, it's time for Morning Morons, our daily roundup of the ridiculous stories that actually happened. Take a look.
Oh, gosh.
Lick it. Oh, you foul. Put it back.
Oh,
Put it back.
the ice cream girl.
It is so nasty.
That's good ice cream.
And then they have to film themselves doing it.
A tub of Bluebell ice cream before putting it back in a grocery store freezer. This video attracting the attention of millions, including Bluebell creameries. So now the company's teaming up with law enforcement in Miami to track down this woman.
Bluebell ice cream has been targeted once again by another ice cream liquor, this time resulting in a pretty immediate arrest. A man in Louisiana is the culprit this go around. You see here in the video, Lennis Martin III taking a carton of Bluebell, opening it up and licking the top, even moving his finger around the top of it and licking it again before the sheriff's office says a 36-year-old was taken into custody and is charged with tampering with property and unlawful posting of criminal activity for notoriety.
Swallowing cinnamon, pouring a bucket of ice water over your head, planking, killing yourself? Viral internet challenges have become a way for people to connect with other users while also getting a boost in likes and shares. But the latest challenge is only sparking fear and outrage as it grows in popularity. Several police forces are warning parents about the Blue Whale Challenge, which has reportedly been linked to teenage suicides. The dangerous game has been linked to at least 130 teen deaths across Russia, where it is believed to have originated, and at least 2 in the U.S. Investigators suspect teens reach out to game administrators called curators through various social media platforms. Those curators then lead the players through 50 days of challenges involving various forms of antisocial behavior and self-harm, and culminating in the supervisor ordering the player to take their own life. Tasks include everything from watching scary movies and waking up at odd hours to cutting oneself and standing on train tracks.
They're drawing in that sense of community. Even if that community is to harm them, they're finding some kind of community with those groups with an unfortunate end.
Demonic,
Russian
man.
authorities have made 2 arrests in connection to the game. 21-year-old Philip Budaikin is believed to be the person responsible for starting the Blue Whale game and admits to having a hand in the suicide deaths of at least 15 teenagers. Police say Budaikin's actions date as far back as 2013 and that he believed he was cleansing society with this game. He's being charged with organizing 8 groups between 2013 and 2016, which promotes suicide. 26-year-old Ilya Sidorov is said to have recruited up to 32 school children to his online suicide group, operating in the same way as the Blue Whale Challenge. Sidorov is being detained until August, pending investigation.
According to police, the mob started beating a customer as he got out of his car in the store's
After
parking
knockout
lot.
game.
Let me get out the way.
Investigators say that's when 2 employees came to help. The teens attacked, kicking them until they lost consciousness.
Wait a minute. Oh.
We've lost control, man.
A witness says some of the kids threw pumpkins at one of the unconscious victims.
Oh my God. Let me get him, y'all. Somebody call somebody.
It didn't seem real. It didn't seem like any of that would happen.
The witness, who asked not to be identified, says this was part of a violent game.
They were playing a game called Point 'em Out, Knock 'em Out. Where
Dang.
Someone out
Just getting pummeled with pumpkins.
Attempt to knock 'em out or attempt to fight them, and there was no real reason behind it.
Suspected cases of knockout game have been popping up around the country. In Pittsburgh, this unsuspecting teacher was hit so hard he fell head first into the curb. And last month in New York, a 72-year-old man was knocked to the ground in the middle of the day for no apparent reason.
Wow.
Police have not revealed a
Shameful.
possible motive in the Memphis attack, but the city's mayor says this kind of thing won't be
Where's
tolerated.
it coming from? Just evil.
Burp on your mashed potatoes. I bet you wish you could buy all the products that I just burped on, huh? Too bad. I know that sounds so stupid.
What a nasty individual.
Zrób to, tak.
What? What are you doing?
Tak.
Smashes a 200-year-old statue. Wow.
Work has already begun.
This generation just doesn't care.
Sculpture inside of a Waikiki hotel, ruined in a silly act of vandalism.
Police identified the culprit. Turns out she's a teenaged girl. The ID came just hours after police released video of the crime. Kimberly Speakman has more. Kimberly.
Bridget Howard, it all happened at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, and the artist just flew in today to fix it. People staying at the hotel told me they were appalled that someone could have done this.
Wow.
Surveillance video captured it all. The girl repeatedly throwing a pillow at the sculpture before going over a barrier to do more damage by hand.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing how much effort, probably went into it and how little it took to destroy it.
Bruce is one of the people staying at the Royal Hawaiian who passed by the statue with his family.
I have 2 kids who are 5 and 7, and they noticed that the head had fallen off, or they thought it had fallen off, and were disappointed to see that.
The sculpture honored the season makahiki and featured a man and a young girl. The vandal took off his nose and completely smashed the girl's head.
I had noticed that they put some ways where the head used to be. I thought that was a decent compromise, but it clearly doesn't look like it should.
The sculpture was created by Sensational Sand Sculpting. An artist flew in from Florida Thursday to fix the sculpture and immediately got to work, slowly reversing some of the damage.
I just think it's sad that as a society, people seem to show such disrespect to art, other people's property, the boundaries that were just common and everyone lived by seem to have gone away.
It makes you sick. I mean, I feel sorry for the artist. I can't even imagine what it went through.
As for the suspects, police say they're juveniles. Both live here. So far, they haven't been arrested.
Granted, it's sand. It's a temporary, masterpiece to be enjoyed and looked at right now, but that's just ridiculous, man. We just have no respect for anything anymore.
Tonight, police are searching for the man seen here in security video destroying statues at a Brooklyn church.
Investigators say the vandal struck early Sunday morning at Our Lady of Consolation Roman Catholic Church on Metropolitan Avenue in Williamsburg. And this isn't the first time the church was vandalized back in July.
Homosexual was to be replaced with same-gender loving, elderly with people of advanced age, and healthy with non-disabled. Students were even advised to not use the word American because it suggested the United States was the only country in the Americas.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand the rule, if something offends somebody, even if you've never met that person personally, you have to change it. So doesn't that mean that a small group of super unhappy people get to control what the rest of us say and think?
At some point, they're going to drop trout and look down and say, wait, we look different. And you're going to be like, no, you don't. You're exactly the same.
And
that's lying, isn't it?
That's when the child, they say, is around 4 years old. So around 0 to 4, we're not going to say to a little female, a girl that you're a little princess, or boy, you're such a tiger. The labels are gone. You're not going to put that outside influence on a child. You're just going to be neutral. Everything's going to be neutral.
The outside influence of biological reality.
Not
so would you do this with anything
perception.
else? But could we decide that we're not going to acknowledge temperature or weather or
Good
traffic?
point.
And you could just say, you know what? I don't think it's raining outside. Or you can decide whether it's raining outside. I mean, the weatherman says it is, that there's snow on the ground. Or the weather, you know what I mean? The weatherman says that it's 15 degrees out. But I'm going to, you know what I mean? Just kind of make up my own reality.
The parents who are really leading this
we acknowledge
movement.
Biology and nature as real, right?
But the biology, the parents who came out with this, who came out in the New York Times and started this baby awareness, this gender-neutral awareness for babies, basically said, why should people be so obsessed if your baby is going to be a boy or a girl? Who cares about that area? It's actually a little human. We are bringing a little human into the world. Who cares about the genitalia? Who cares?
May I just suggest why? And this isn't just my opinion, but the opinion of
Oh my
every person who's ever
gosh.
lived going back, let's just say 10,000 years for the sake of news. Because men and women are completely different in key ways.
Babies?
Can we not say that anymore?
Babies are different. Babies aren't different. They're little
they are.
human beings, and there's really not much of a difference between different genders.
Stupid woman.
No. There is no difference, and men and
Wow.
women, we would say, are equal.
I'm trying to laugh so I don't cry.
He puts porn into Google. What does he think he's going to come up with? Probably pictures of breasts, maybe a naked woman. In reality, he is catapulted into a world of sexual violence.
Gail Dines, the author of a book called Pornland, says for the average teenage boy, porn is his first formative impression of sex.
He's not got a reservoir of his own experiences of sexuality with other people. He's probably never had sex with another human being.
And it's not just boys. Winifred Bonjean Alpart was only 12 years old when she shockingly admitted she'd not only seen porn, she says she understood all the innuendo.
We're getting messages from everywhere that are saying if you dress this way, you are going to be either treated well or you're going to feel powerful. Sex is power.
Winifred is part of this new order of teens brought up in an era where explicit images can be found just about anywhere.
We're like the first generation to have what we have.
That is true, because my generation, we were, you thought you hit the gold mine when you were a kid and you found like some, like an old Playboy or something that was tossed into the wood line somewhere. I mean, we'd find, or somebody would bring something to school and have to show everybody. Yeah, that was our access.
So there's no one before us that can kind of guide us. I mean, we are
too young to be dressing like that, girl.
And these images can be traumatic. Her friend Danielle first learned about sex on a porn site.
It was this one black guy, one Hispanic guy, and this one very blonde woman. And they were just like ferociously banging each other. It was very, I mean, I came home, I was bawling my eyes out. I'll never forget it.
It's not surprising that these images often color teens' ideas of what sex should be like.
It's not as good as masturbating.
Calum is a young man living in England with a long-time porn compulsion. He spoke with English journalist Martin Dobney, saying that he's had sex with women and it just doesn't compare.
It's not as good because they're not as good as the porn. Obviously, the porn girls have done it a lot more and a lot more confident.
And with pornography so ever-present, some teens become addicted to it, sometimes at heartbreakingly young ages.
So 12 to 13, all the way up
It's an
to
alarming
14, it was kind of there, uninterrupted. I became almost numb to it. It became such a part of my pretty much daily routine.
Nathan, a teen in Utah, eventually admitted what was going on to his parents and was ultimately able to quit. But for others, it's not that easy.
I started to isolate myself because I hated what I was doing. I hated that I couldn't stop.
Brienne is now 23, but remembers just how strong her addiction was during all of her high school years.
I would say that this is something that was not just me. I knew tons of students who were in my grade, my peers, who were struggling with the same thing.
For Calum, he says it crept up on him.
At first, obviously, I didn't know the limits and the bounds of what is extreme until I'd speak to my friends and I'd find out how much they view of porn, and it just didn't compare. Like, every bit of spare time I have in the day is watching porn.
Dobney spent a day with him to see
Addicted,
the problem
man.
firsthand.
Why do you think you've got this relationship with porn?
Don't know. I really don't know. I just think that's just something that my brain must have picked up. I can't find a way to stop. I've tried getting rid of my smartphone there and think to yourself, why have I just done what I've done?
And how do you get over that low?
Do it again.
You know, he's not wrong with what he was saying, because that what I mean by that is that's what most people do. You know, they feel bad about it instantly afterwards until the next time. And then until the next time, and you go through the whole ritual again. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. You know, that's if you're even a believer. But the Lord can deliver you from it, man. He's delivered me from it completely, and it's an amazing thing. But you got to fully trust him, man. And it's a process, man. It's not like something that you just snap your fingers and you're done with it. No, it takes work. It takes a lot of work.
Dobney gets a glimpse of Calum's hard-fought struggle when they drive past a pretty girl, and it immediately triggers a reaction.
Where are you off to?
Just gonna go to the toilet quickly.
There he goes.
Wow.
Better?
Yeah.
So?
Did you just
be honest? Crack one
take
out?
care of yourself?
So annoying afterwards.
How do you feel now?
Pissed off.
Why?
Because it's just like, for that split second, I just feel like it's the best thing to do, and then as soon as I've finished, it's like, why the f did I just do that?
So I don't know if I was mischaracterized that.
That's
You
an
had
addiction,
this professor
buddy.
called Allison Downey, who was so threatened because you disagreed with her that she tried to get you to sign some form apologizing for your unorthodox, non-allowed thoughts. And then what happened?
Right, yeah, she asked that I would sign a document complying with her asking me to apologize to the class as well as giving her a written apology. She asked that I would stand in front of the class in silence as I apologized, and then they would give any comments on my outbursts.
Wow.
Did she say what specifically she was so offended by?
She didn't like the fact that I disagreed with the subject being pushed in class being more than one gender, male privilege, systemic sexism, and mansplaining.
Is mansplaining a measurable thing?
So much stuff we didn't have to worry about when we were growing up.
Mansplain? What is mansplaining anyway? Do you know? Did you learn?
I'm not sure. I think it's any time a man speaks, really.
Huh.
And
so
no, it isn't measurable.
Oh, man.
What did you, right, I mean, it's a species of dumbness, really. So, but what did you, it's propaganda, what did you say about gender that made her so mad? specifically?
Well, I first referenced entities like The Economist who have debunked the myth of the 77 cents on the dollar wage gap. And I also stated that biologists don't agree that there are more than 2 genders. They don't believe that there are 72 genders or more across the board.
Oh my
Most of them
goodness.
disagree. And
72?
she really didn't appreciate that.
So by citing the longstanding view of biologists, the hard scientists, Allison Downey, who supposedly, you say she's a professor, tried to get you to stand in front of the class and take abuse. Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I was supposed to, but she really didn't give me a chance. I was given 10 days to comply, but the day after she asked this of me, she decided to push it on through to the university's provost office to then hold a hearing, which would decide whether or not it could be allowed in class, period.
Girls barely out of middle school are wearing lingerie meant for the steamiest of
Juju
adult
Chang.
romantic occasions. But is there anything wrong with a tween dressing like a grown-up? ABC's Abby Boudreau finds out.
Victoria's Secret is known for its sexy lingerie, prominently displayed by gorgeous models. But more and more, the seductive underwear brand is appealing to a younger demographic. Tonight I want to show you all. Tween sensation Justin Bieber rocked the catwalk at a recent Victoria's Secret fashion show.
A lot of these clips are old, as I can tell.
It's blue.
As I'm sure you can.
There. They're all from Victoria's Secret. They're all from the pink collection.
Gabrielle Tornatore is 14 years old, your typical young teen. Her room piled high with colorful clothes, her wall posters of pretty models, and she owns more Victoria's Secret lingerie than her mother.
See, it hasn't been an overnight thing, man. The last 15 years, man, we have severely dumbed down our kids, man. They got brain rot.
I own about 20 Victoria's Secret bras. The last time I went shopping at Victoria's Secret was yesterday.
It was about a year ago. You know, I was going in just to pick up something for myself, and she was with me, and she just kind of got hooked on all the product up front in the pink department.
The Victoria's Secret Pink line, introduced in 2004, is designed to appeal to college students with its suggestive logos and brightly colored bras and underwear. But Gabby's mom thinks her young teen is ready.
She's getting to an age where she needs to be starting to wear a bra, so it's like, well, why not a fun one versus kind of the plain old white ones that she was getting at just
Come
the
on,
department
man.
stores.
But is the line too sexy for tweens?
Yes.
With lacy trim and leopard prints, stamps that read wild, I dare you, too much fun. Gabby says she loves the...
Look, man, childhood goes quick enough as it is, man. Why are we so hell-bent? And why are children now so hell-bent on growing up before their time? I used to tell my kids all the time, man, it's like, you know, enjoy what you can because you're going to be old a hell of a lot longer than you are young.
way the lingerie makes her feel.
Pink is kind of a little bit more, I guess, shall I say, flirty, almost in a sense. And then the
You don't need to be flirty.
older ones are
Too young
a little
for
bit
that.
more mature.
Her dad isn't as excited.
Being an old-fashioned type of father, I was very
So what are
I
you
guess I'm
doing
not
about it?
pleased when my daughter started to be coming home with Victoria's Secret bags. And I always actually asked my wife, why are you shopping at Victoria's Secret with our 13-year-old daughter? She's a little young for that, isn't she?
But it's young girls like Gabby that retailers are banking on. The tween market is worth more than
You see who won.
$150 billion to retailers. Marketing experts say retailers who target the 18 to 22-year-olds are really hoping young teens like Gabby are paying attention.
I don't think any marketers would actually
young,
come out and
man.
admit that that's what they're doing. But clearly it seems to be something that's happening with products that are designed for younger and younger girls.
When somebody's 15 or 16 years old, what do they want to be? They want to be older, and they want to be cool like the girl in college. And that's part of the magic of what we do at Pink. And the spring break line slogan, Bright Young Things, leads many to wonder, are they targeting younger crowds?
These children want to be grown women. And I think there's something really
Yeah, and you're helping
exciting
them.
about when they hit the 13, 14, age group, and they're anxious to become these young women.
Gabby's mom is one of many parents grappling with the debate. Blogger Jenny Erickson caused a stir with moms online when she said she would take her tween to Victoria's Secret to shop.
No one wants to be the girl with the ugly underwear.
She says she's excited to bring her tween daughter to Victoria's Secret to shop the pink
My
collection.
goodness, man.
Even if it's meant for college-age girls.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having cute
Problem
panties
is,
and
it's
bras
younger than college
in a
age
big
that's
girl
being
store.
attracted
Her
to it,
daughter,
and they know it.
Hannah, is a 9-year-old fashionista in the making.
When you start becoming a preteen, you want to like go ahead
9 years old.
a bit away from gymboree and on to the next level.
Hannah's mother says Victoria's Secret is a girl's rite of passage.
You see half-naked women in bras and panties on the side of a bus. It's part of our culture.
You know, people they don't write anymore. They blog. Instead of talking, they text. No punctuation, no grammar. LOL this and LMFAO that. You know, it just seems to me that it's just a bunch of stupid people pseudo-communicating with a bunch of other stupid people in a proto-language that resembles more what cavemen used to speak than the King's English.
Switching it up.